Hey guys, Keith here, Vintage Dad. Hey, living alone. Are you living alone right now? Do you consider yourself lonely or lucky? Hmm, big difference there. You know, for a lot of us we've lost a spouse, we're widows, widowers. Um, you know, we we're sad that we've lost that person in our lives, but now we're here in reality here where we're living alone. We're dealing with a new life now that they're gone, and we can't change that. So the choices we have are to continue to live alone or to date, try to find somebody. And I think you can find somebody. Finding the right person, not as easy. Okay. Finding somebody you're compatible with and that you enjoy being around, not as easy. Just finding a warm body to hang out with, sure, yeah, that's easy to do. But what's best for you? That's the thing. So, are you lonely or are you lucky by living by yourself and being alone? Just being alone, having no one else to answer to. Now, when I say it like that, it sounds kind of good, doesn't it? There's some great benefits to living alone. I know I've posted some videos about where's all the women, over 50, all the single women over 50, and things like that. And it has been, I've not had luck finding anyone in my area, that's single that I've wanted to date and that's wanted to date me or whatever. Um, and lately, I've noticed that when I go out, I don't even really. I mean, I still notice beautiful women. I'm not blind, but I, uh, um, I notice that there's a different feeling. It's like, oh, well, she's pretty, but that's as far as it goes. It's like I don't really think, hey, wonder if she's married. I wonder, I don't really, I don't go through that thought process as much, or I haven't been lately in the last few weeks. I don't know if the surgery has done something to me with my shoulder surgery or what, but I've really enjoyed being by myself. Tonight, me and the kids watched a horror movie. Matter of fact, we watch, during this time of year, we're watching horror movies up to Halloween and sometimes past Halloween. We just like that kind of thing. But some people don't like that. So if I was dating somebody that didn't like that, I'd be either having to go, well, I'm going to watch stuff with my kids and I'll see you later, or not watch what I want to watch, right? And I've got a ball game on right now, and some people don't like ball games. So again, you know, you kind of run into that kind of thing. What music? I may want to stop the game and listen to some music, put on some rock and roll or some country. And some people don't like rock and roll. Some people don't like country. They might not like my taste in music. And obviously, we're not going to like everything. Not everything's going to be the same. We're not going to like all the same movies. We might like horror movies, but not like all the same horror movies. We might like, games, but we might not like the same teams or whatever. Um, but I think just having, that, trying to find that interest, with people with the same interest is hard to find. And sometimes I think you have to do that by going maybe two places, going to a place where it plays music, like you like, or going to a game or something like that. But uh, when you live alone, man, I can flip back and forth. I can watch whatever channel I want to, whenever I want to. I can watch whatever movie I want to. I can watch half the movie tonight, half of it next week. I don't have to stick to doing something to please somebody else. And that may sound kind of selfish, but you know what? It's we can be selfish. We can afford to be selfish because here we are. We live alone. We didn't choose. Some of us didn't choose to be selfish or choose to be alone. Excuse me. I guess we all choose to be selfish. But if you went through a divorce, and you didn't choose that, then you're there because somebody else made a choice for you. If you're there because someone passed away, again, you didn't make that choice. They passed away. It was just one of those things. But here you are alone to do what you want to do. And so you can choose to be lonely, or you can choose to look at it and say, I'm pretty lucky. I can buy whatever I want to right now if I can afford it. I don't have to ask any questions. If I want to splurge a little bit, I can do that. If I want to, order something for myself on Amazon and have something delivered every few days, I can do that. If I want to go out to eat tonight, I can do that. If I want to eat at home, I can do that. I can make me a sandwich at 6 o'clock and eat again at midnight if I want to. With my shoulder surgery, I've been, I'm up every 2 hours, probably taking medicine, and if I was living with somebody, I'd be waking them up every 2 hours, and if they're on a different schedule, they'd be waking me up, and so this way I've got, I'm able to adjust my bed how I want it, and I can, I'm going to bed kind of late. I go to bed about 2:30 in the morning right now because that's when one of my medicines, I take it at 2:30 and then I just go on to bed and then I sleep a couple hours, get up 4:30, 6:30, whatever, So I'm on a kind of a crazy schedule, but I can be on a crazy schedule because it's just me that has to deal with. Nobody else. I don't have to interrupt anybody else's life and they don't have to interrupt mine. So I don't know. There's just a lot of things to think about that I've thought about a lot lately. Going through this thing by myself and this and that, the surgery and all. And it's been a big ordeal, really. And having to, just get dressed by myself and do things by myself, which I've been doing anyway, But now sometimes I kind of need some help, but I know I've got to do it by myself. My kids, of course, offer to help me do things, but I just, when I was at the doctor yesterday, one of the nurses, was like, "You need some help with that sling?" I'm like, "Nope, I got it. I got to do it myself." And so, but when you're living by yourself, you get this routine. You can have your own routine. You can, and it could change. It could change every day. I can go to bed at 8 o'clock one night and 10 o'clock the next night and 2 o'clock the next night. I can do whatever I want to, I took a little nap out last night. Me and the kids watched a movie, and I was really tired after the movie for some reason. And I think I dozed off a couple times during the movie last night. But when they went upstairs, I took a nap for an hour or so. I didn't do a video or anything. I slept. And then I went to bed. I slept really good last night. I slept in this morning. I slept late. But I can do that, and I don't have to answer to nobody. Nobody's going to fuss at me. My dad and mom, they're on different schedules, and they're in their 80s and they're on different schedules and have been for years as far as when they get up and stuff. Mom fusses all the time about dad's schedule and blah 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 and this and that and just fusses about everything that he does. It seems like and it's like I'm just glad that ain't nobody fussing about my schedule or me or anything else, and I'm not fussing about anybody else's schedule. I do what I want, and I don't have to answer to anybody. I'm not frustrating anybody, and nobody's frustrating me. So, so wherever you're at today, I'd like to do something. And if you're still watching at this time, I meant to mention this in the beginning, is if you'd like to get interviewed by me, I would like to do an interview with you, and just put in the comments, and we'll work it out how to do that. I can give you my email or whatever, and do like a Zoom call. Something where we're still private. You're private, I'm private. We're not giving out information necessarily of ourselves, but just I want to interview you guys that are living alone. That and this could be men and women. It doesn't matter. And get your opinions on on that. What you feel about living alone. What you feel about dating. And especially if you're a widow or a widower. Get your take on dating after losing a spouse, and just kind of where you're at with some things, and I just got a questionnaire, just be a quick little phone call, maybe 10-15 minutes or whatever, and and kind of use that to help with the videos and help other people, and kind of get some tips on things, get everybody's opinion, or not everybody's, but a lot of people's opinion on living alone, and being where we're at our age, over 50. I'm over 60 now, but and just dealing with the things that we deal with. So let me know if you'd like to be a part of that, and then we can contact each other, private message each other after that, like I say, just through an email or whatever, like that kind of thing, and get together and interview you, and it'll be just be something fun. We'll have fun with it. But anyway, if you could give us a thumbs up on this, subscribe to us if you would, and check out our other videos, and let me know in the comments. Are you living alone? Do you feel lonely? Do you feel lucky? And I hope you're having a great night. Thanks.